Welcome to Run the Day, the daily sports show today. This was not a scheduled stream, boys. This was not scheduled. Today, I'm going to be going through the YKB app. It's a new app I got, man. Not sponsored, nothing to do with them. But we got this app, YKB, and I've been feeling like talking ball lately, and YKB has a lot of like prompts. It asks you pretty much a daily prompt or two. You need an invite link to get in. So if you guys show love on this stream, I got 2 more codes left. I'll pop those into the Discord server. I got in through Twitter. But before we get into any of that, man, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and follow our Discord server. Man, our Discord server has been popping. Last night, we had an amazing night on the Discord. The day before that, I took some L's in Clash Royale to a couple of our Discord members. And then last night, I mercy ruled 3 dudes in Madden in our Discord, man. I'm in there. I'm active. We're chatting. We're playing games. We're doing all that. So if that's something that interests you guys, make sure you guys hop in the Discord. That's going to be linked down below. We're only live on YouTube today, boys. I just figured, I'm not going to trip about the Instagram chat. I'm going to chill today. I just came off of vacation from the mountains. Craven talking ball. They don't have ball in the mountains, man. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the last week of YKB prompts. Now, there's a lot of baseball ones on here. I was answering them for fun, but I don't really know nothing about baseball chat. So we're going to go to 808 is the dates that we're looking for. Okay. All right, cool. And then let me just pull up the chat really quick, and then I'll get started. We got the thumbnail in here? I hope so. Okay. So on 8-8, the question was asked, are you rooting for Shedeur Sanders? And obviously I said, yeah, he's going to prove haters wrong. And he did do that. Shedeur Sanders went out there and balled. Shout out my Dynasty team. I got a lot of people on our YouTube shorts hating because I put out that video saying they have a bunch of backup quarterbacks. And everyone was like, who are you? Like, I don't really care, bro. I got Shedeur in my Dynasty league. So if he wants to go out there and look good, then we'll take it. And then I took Sanders to be the quarterback with most passing yards. I just picked someone random, really. The AFC West preview. Now, we talked about this last week. We did a full AFC preview, but this one asked to rank the 4 teams in the AFC West. So I did. And at number 4, I went with the Las Vegas Raiders. At number 3, I went with the LA Chargers. At number 2, I went with the Broncos. And 1, I went with the Case Joe. Hey, Boo Bear. I missed those tight little oh, bro. Come. Man, okay. Hello, what's up? Hi, buddy. Start panting like a dog. I think I'm good, Jacob. I appreciate it. Damn, y'all. How we get 3 out of 4 people coming in here trolling, bro? Y'all need to lock in. Oh, never mind. 4 for 4. Hashim, I was rooting for you, man. Your last name's fire, though. I'm not gonna lie. How we doing today? The question is, will the Bengals end their pattern of slow starts? Should Bengals keep playing Burrow in the preseason? I answered no, because why the hell would you play Joe Burrow in the preseason? Like, we know what he is. He don't got to ramp up. We know what they're about. They're going to be fine. And then will the Bengals win at least 3 of their first 4 games? I said less than 3 wins. Let's pull that up really quick. The Bengals schedule the first 4 weeks, because it was kind of messy. And all they got to do is win 2, for me to get it right. So they got Browns. I think the Jaguars beat them. I think the Vikings are better than them. And I think the Broncos are better than them. So they beat the Browns, obviously. And then we got a Battle of Ohio week 1. It's going to be lit. What's your workout routine, bud? I want to get ripped like you. It's simple, bro. Drink a lot of water. Spend weeks up in the mountains meditating. Only eat raw meat, and you could turn out like me, man. 6'5", 284 pounds, straight muscle. It's really unmesswithable, It's just, and it's a, The next prompt that popped up was, what's going on with the Rockets' Kevin Durant extension? Will the Rockets extend Kevin Durant before the season starts? I said no. I think it's clear he's a 1-year rental. What's up, DJ? DIJE Gamer. What it do, baby? Shout out Minecraft. Minecraft goat, stand up. Will Rockets extend Durant before the season starts? I put no. I just think there's a little too much there. They're cool, traded for him as a 1-year rental. Figure it out. But what will KD's extension be in annual value? I said 40 to 50. LeBron got 55. That feels like an overpay for a dude that's got a season left. I think KD's got a couple more seasons left, but I don't think I don't think anyone that old should be getting 55. That's what I'm saying. All right. This one's fun. Okay. Chat, I want you guys to play this too. I put 10. Give me your top 3 shooters in the NBA. Okay? And I'll list my 10 for you. At number 10, I am not baby. Okay. I just said, what's up, baby? It's not calling you a baby. It's like, what's up, baby? You know, like, if you want to be mad at that, go ahead and be mad at that. At number 10, I went with Cam Johnson. I think he's one of the best set shooters in the NBA. The guys above him are a little bit more creative. At number 9, I went with Norman Powell. I think Norman Powell had an underrated season last year, especially because of how bad he went out in the playoffs. But he's nice. Kobe, Steph, current cat. We're gonna get to Steph because Steph is on this list. Shout out Kobe though. Hey, if we got more dudes who are gonna show love to Kobe, please stay. That's all I need. Okay. Now we just got a Laker fan. Come on, Doc. I put Donovan Mitchell at number 8. Can you help me out? Depends on what you need, Michael. Where are you from? I am from the lovely state of California, everyone's favorite state. All of Americans love California. Okay. Number 8, I got Donovan Mitchell. I'm going to go through this now, okay? I'm going to ignore chat for like 2 seconds. 7, I have Karl-Anthony Towns. I think Karl-Anthony Towns got that deep range on him. He could knock him down, be great. Number 6, I got Desmond Bane. I think Desmond Bane's a good set shooter. I don't think he's amazing creatively, and I think that kind of matters. Number 5, Michael Porter Jr. I think Michael Porter Jr. I kind of wanted to put higher. I think he's good at making difficult shots off the catch. It's the creation that kind of held me back. And these next 4 guys are all elite creators. Maybe I should have put Donovan Mitchell over Michael Porter too, now that I'm looking at it. But number 4, I got LaVine. I think LaVine had a down year last year, but I think LaVine is a better shooter than Michael Porter. 3, I got KD. 2, I got Kyrie. 1, I got Curry. Chat, is that not the perfect list? Is that not the perfect list, chat? Come on. I think Curry, Kyrie, KD, and LaVine, and probably D-Mitch too, are like the most creative scorers on this list. And then after that, anybody could go. Which rookie had the most impressive debut? We're talking about NFL rookies. Most impressive preseason debut. I went with Shedeur Sanders just because there's a lot of chirp. He might not have – I mean, he had a great stat line, but he might not have had the number 1 guy stat line. But for all that chirping in his ear, man, to go out there and ball, I know that felt good. Which rookie quarterback has the most passing yards in preseason week 2? I went with Jalen Milroe. Has preseason week 2 not ended yet? No. Okay, I went with Milroe. I think Milroe goes out there and balls. Jalen Milroe is my pick for preseason week 2 MVP. Dak to Rams, meet you on the NFC. Will the Cowboys and the Rams make the NFC Championship? Chat, you guys know the answer to that one. If y'all think the Cowboys and the Rams are making the NFC Championship, then the league is rigged. Like, that's just what it is. We have a college football question. Now, I'll be transparent. I'm not the biggest college football ball knower, but I did watch last season. Ahead of last season, who's the top team in college football? Uzbekistan. Oh, Tanner McKee. No, hey, number 1 answer. Hey, Uzbekistan? Isn't that where the UFC fighters are from? Where you watch MLS, son? No, I don't. But I did go to Miami a couple weeks ago, and I watched Inter Miami versus I'm Arab and I don't remember the name of the team, bro. Egyptian soccer team. I think it was like Al Aid. Ali. Yeah. I watched them play. It was pretty cool. Y'all, we got Eagles fans in the chat. All right. Hey, honestly, I'm not mad at the Eagles. I show love. I got a homie, right, who's an Eagles fan. We used to do this show together. And like, there's always a thing with friends where you like root against your homie's team. I don't do that, bro. I root for my homie's teams. And then one day my homie told me, he's like, bro, I hope the Texans suck just because you're a Texans fan. And I can't flip from that now. I can't root for them, but I'm not an Eagles hater. I like Jalen Hurts. I think there's some things that the media is right about with him, but the Eagles are fire. Shout out the Eagles. Anyway, ahead of the season, who's the top team in college football? I picked Ohio State. And then Uzbekistan's got – that's real quick. I'm sorry. I'm everywhere right now. But Uzbekistan, UFC. That's where all the UFC fighters are, right? Oh, maybe not. Okay. My bad. And one more time. Ahead of the season, who's the top team in college football? I put Ohio State. And who will be the number one team in the first regular season AP poll? I put Texas. But I don't know if I love that. Okay, we got my NFL power rankings going into the season. Now, I'm going to tell you guys this, right? We do a lot more research streams here. For these, I wake up, I hop on the app, I look at it, and then I'm like, boom, boom, boom. You know, I just fill it out. So it might not line up. Sorry for trolling earlier. You're actually a pretty cool dude. Hey, Dagestan, you're right. Dagestan's where they're from. Hey, who we got this week? We got not Khabib. We got Hamzat or Dricus, bro. I think I got Dricus. Mans. Hey, Kat, show some love, bro. Subscribe then. If you're rocking with me, subscribe, man. We here Monday through Friday. We missed this week because I was out in Yosemite. So that's on me. All right, listen to these rankings. Valid preseason rankings, okay? Number 1, I have the Eagles. Number 2, I got the Chiefs. I know everybody's hating on the Chiefs. It seems like everyone thinks the Chiefs are going to be bad this year. I promise they won't be. Number 3, I got the Ravens. Shout out the best quarterback in football. Number 4, I got Buffalo. 5, I got the Lions. 6, I got the Commanders. 7, I got Jacksonville because I think Jacksonville is going to be better than my Houston Texans at number 8. Number 9, I got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and at number 10, I got the Broncos. We got some Hamza all day, bro. Okay, look, it just feels like Hamza should win, right? But Dricus just every time I bet against Dricus, I feel like I'm wrong, bro. I feel like I'm wrong every time I bet against Dricus, you know, and I've done it consistently. Now I'm at the point where I'm like, if this dude wants to prove me wrong, I bet against Dricus. I think I had him winning his last fight, but I had Sean beating him the first time they fought. Yeah, bro. I mean, this dude beats everybody. No, show love to the Jat. I mean, bro, realistically though, the Texans I don't think are gonna be good. What's good, Jay Flash? What do you like? I like a lot of things. I don't think the Texans are gonna be good either. As a Texans fan, I think our O-line is gonna cost us next season so bad. Like last year was so bad, and this year I think it gets worse. I think I had Whitaker beating Dricus. Derek Brunson, I probably went with Dricus if I'm being honest. But Izzy, there was just no way Dricus should have beat Izzy. And then Sean twice, bro. Who's Hamza beat, bro? Has Hamza beat anybody? Whitaker. He mollywopped Whitaker. Texans aren't going nowhere. I know, bro. I know. I'm not even gonna argue, bro. I always keep it level-headed, right? We're gonna talk real ball. We're gonna no bias here. We're not good. We're not good. Is he? Yes. I don't think it's official yet, but they said he tore something like out for the season. So I think it was Achilles. But I did see that. I think our defense is still gonna be fine though. Okay, I know who this is. Julian, I own you, buddy. Julian actually got mercy ruled in Madden last night. So, fun fact about Jay Flash. But CJ Gardner-Johnson, I believe tore his ACL Achilles, or it's feared that he did. Let me see. But the defense, bro, I was saying it last year. I think the defense was one of the most underrated defenses in the league last year. The offense, the O-line specifically, is where I'm like, we got our O-line was so bad and it got worse, bro. Like that's just unacceptable. That's really unacceptable. Best in the East. Okay. Who wins the Eastern Conference Finals next year, chat? How old am I? You interviewing me, dog? What is this? Come on. Jay Flash pack. AI generated comment too, by the way. I think the Bucks come out the East. I know we're trashing on Wisconsin in the YouTube chat, but I'm actually a real big believer in Milwaukee this season. I think Milwaukee went less is more. Jeez. They just signed Amir Coffey too, which I think is valid, bro. You add another role player to that team, and you just let Giannis rock. Hey, on the Eagles. Yeah, Eagles win the East next year. Eagles take NFC East. We're talking about the Eastern Conference. Let me make sure I did something over there. Yeah, there we go. I know ball. Now we got the Bucks, Milwaukee Bucks, not Tampa Bay. And then better guard Donovan Mitchell or Jalen Brunson. I went with Brunson, but I'm not mad at D. Mitch Love. The Bills extend James Cook on a 4-year, $30 million guaranteed deal, $48 million potentially. I'm a James Cook believer. I get sketched out signing a running back to a 4-year deal. Is that crazy to say? I love James Cook to death. I think James Cook's going to be a huge part of this offense. But I think signing a running back to a 4-year deal is something that we don't see often for a valid reason, bro, because that's sketchy. Now, do I think he has that value? Absolutely. I think James Cook, again, is a monster, and you're paying $7.5 million a year pretty much for him guaranteed. But you knock on wood, something happens to him, and now you got to lock in with that. I mean, I guess it's not a lot. I like the deal. I'm talking myself into it a little bit more. I like this question. Will the 49ers be closer to their ceiling, 12 wins, or their floor, 7 wins? Are they going to be closer to 12 wins or closer to 7 wins? I think they'll be closer to 12 wins because I think they win 10 games, but I don't think they hit anything more than 12. I also don't see them hitting anything less than 7, but that's just me. Let's go to the NFC South preview. Who wins the NFC South? Now, we have the Panthers, Bucks, Falcons, and Saints, and I went with that order specifically. I was trying to read off the teams, and I just didn't. The Panthers are my number 1 team in the NFC South next year. I think the defense could be back next year. Their defense, honestly, was very like it was like really good in some games, really bad. You think they hit their floor? What do you think they win next year? 7, 8? I just think that division's kind of weak, if I'm being honest. I see them going 8 and 9. Let's look at their okay. We'll play the game before we go into the NFC South. 49ers schedule. Okay. Let's say for their division, right? The Seahawks, I think they sweep the Seahawks. Is that a hot take? 2 wins on the Seahawks. Probably 2 wins on the Cardinals. I think they split with the Rams. Okay, 5. I just realized my camera does a zoom thing, so I got to be careful with what I'm doing. The Saints, they beat the Saints. They do have a tough schedule. They beat the Titans. Draft Pearsall. I got Pearsall in my Dynasty League, bro. I got Pearsall for Chuba Hubbard at the end of last year. I knew I was missing the playoffs. I'm 49. I think they beat the Colts, so that's 8 wins right there. And the Giants, that's 9. The rest of the teams on the schedule, Falcons, Bucks, Texans, which I think they definitely could beat us, bro. And the Bears, I think they could sneak one of those. Give me 10. I think 10 is a fair spot for them. Am I tripping, chat? Am I tripping, chatteroni? But I do think the Falcons could win the division too. I think the Falcons or the Panthers win the division, but I think the second team's the Bucks, just because odds are if you're a team that was their division last year, if you do that, you don't really fall to number 3, So I'm going to go Bucks 2, Panthers 1, Falcons 3, Saints 4. Giants going to have decent pass rush, and that's about it. I don't trust that passing game, especially when they don't really have a running game. I love Scatterbo. I don't know how great of a pro Scatterbo is going to be, though. Like, being a dog only takes you so far, And he's a dog, but I don't know. That pass rush, and I think that defense is going to be good in general. Tyler Nubin's a good corner. And they also have did I just Anthony Edwards with the Gatorade? Who is their other DB? They got Javon Holland, who I don't know if he's still good. Deontay Banks, Drew Phillips. I think this defense is going to be good. I think this offense is just going to be generationally disappointing. This defense could hold teams to ridiculously low points, especially with that pass rush. But I just don't know how this offense moves. It's kind of like Malik Neighbors is down there somewhere. And I would just rock out with Jackson Dart next season. I know they paid Russ, But I would rock out with Jackson Dart next season just because you got the young guy. You know what Russ is. You know what he is. Packers defense might be a little iffy this year, but they'll get it together by next season. Let's hope. That division that's a tough ass division. And that division feels like you have to be constantly moving forward. Because like let's say the Packers have a down year this year but bounce back next year. Like it feels like next year's gonna be like Chicago will be ready to go. The Lions will still be there. If JJ McCarthy's nice, the Vikings will be there. I don't love JJ McCarthy though. I didn't love him as a prospect, so I don't know how great he's gonna be. This is the title of the video, and we're 20 minutes in, and we're just getting to it. Fact or fiction? Austin Reaves is expected to re-sign with the Lakers on a $30 million deal. I think the Lakers re-sign Austin Reaves instead of trade him. If he gets 30 mil, it's nice. But I do think Austin Reaves is the type of guy that needs to probably come off the bench. I hate to say it because I am an Austin Reaves guy, but I just don't think you could start him and Luka, bro. That's barbecue chicken. I don't care how much weight Luka lost. I don't believe in that, honestly. I feel like he lost the weight for the pressure, but like I don't believe that really makes a difference. Nico Collins or Amon-Ra St. Brown in fantasy? I think Nico's one of the most underrated receivers in football, bro. I would go Nico, I think. But again, I will be clear, I am a Texans fan. Like, there's that. But we could check the schedules. Maybe one of them plays. I think we play a very light schedule too this year. Rams, Bucks, Jags, Titans, Ravens might be a tough game. Broncos might be a tough game. We play the Bills and the Chiefs. We actually play a tough-ass schedule. Damn, we play like 5 top dog teams and the rest of the teams are weak. But our division's weak, so there's that. You probably don't get that with the Lions because Amon-Ra St. Brown's going to have to play like 3 teams that could all win 11, 12 games next season. Packers, Bears, Ravens, Bengals he lights. That's tough. Chat, Amon-Ra St. Brown or Nico Collins? I wonder what Keep Trade Cut has. I would keep Goff, trade, and I'd cut Quinshawn. Okay. That is a tough question. Wide receiver, though, Sam Laporta is going to go down as one of the best tight ends of all time. Honestly, I love this take because I feel like people got off of him way too early after last season. So if you stay on the train, go ahead. Keep Trade Cut has Amon-Ra at 15 and Nico at 17. I'd take St. Brown. That's so tough, though. I see him producing more too, but there's just so much more there. You know, like you have 2 running backs that could get 10 touchdowns. You got Jameson Williams. Shout out my dog. I just think, and that team's gonna win, like be up more in games, so they'll run more. That's why I go Nico. Tim Patrick, the dog. Give me McBride PPR over Laporta. Yeah, there's just not a lot there, especially if Marvin Harrison doesn't look good again this year. Then we got to have some conversations, and then it's just McBride. But didn't McBride have a down year too last year? Am I tripping? Let's see where they got him in tight end rankings. They got McBride well over Laporta in this. 32 spots over him. Can I look at his numbers on here? Interesting. Weekly top 5 riser. I feel like last year everyone just wanted to talk about Brock Bowers. So it was hard for these guys to stay relevant, I guess. No shot what? Oh, the 30 spots probably. McBride's been in the league. He's going into his 4th year, bro. That feels wild. Yeah, he had 111 catches, 1,000 yards, but only 2 touchdowns, bro. That's what it was. That's interesting. 32 spots, yeah. But, bro, you got to think team. Like, that matters so much. Kyler Murray's gonna dump it. He's gonna one thing about Kyler Murray, he's gonna dump it, and that's not 32 tight end spots, 32 just players in general. So, like, if we go, okay, let's go to where was he at? TDs definitely go up. I hope so, bro. 21. So McBride is over Lad McConkey. I think I'd take Lad. Bo Nix, I'd take Bo. Saquon and we're talking dynasty for this, by the way. Saquon, I think I would go with. I guess it depends on your team. Can you tell me the IG better? The IG better. A-Chain or McBride? I would go A-Chain. I would take Marvin Harrison Jr. over McBride. Let's not jump the gun. He's like the best wide receiver prospect we've seen in a minute. JSN or Trey McBride. I would take JSN. Dude, I think they are overrating Trey McBride here. Now we start talking about Herbert and Stroud, I would take. Bucky, I would take McBride. Travion Henderson, I would take McBride. AJ Brown. Caleb Williams is under Trey McBride. Like, does that not weird to y'all? Does that not sound right? That don't sound right to me, personally. Now let's go to the next page and see where Laporta is under Michael Penix, Roma Dunze, Breece Hall, Kyler, Rashee Rice, and Baker. That sounds right, though. Like, I would probably take all those guys over Laporta, if I'm being honest, and a mid-first round pick. Chase is my keeper. I have first pick overall. The main dudes are keepers. Best available are St. Brown, Nico, or A-Chain. Chase is my keeper. I have first pick. Oh. Okay, we're going to address these questions. This is tough. And you have Jamar. I think. Jeez. I think it depends how you feel about A-Chain. I'm not the biggest A-Chain guy. I know a lot of people, he's a guy that you look at the advanced stats or yards per carry, stuff like that, and people love him, the contact numbers, all that. But for me, I don't love him. But if you believe that he could be that swing, then I would go with A-Chain just because you have Chase and A-Chain, and Chase is going to be safe. Chase is going to put up numbers. But I think best safe, I would go Nico personally. I would go Nico. I just think he's so good. He's too good. He did well for me. Okay, that's good. A lot of yeah, he's a dog, dude. How do you see Matthew Golden doing this year? I think he's going to have a breakout rookie year. If I'm being honest, bro, you're not going to like this, bro, but I wasn't a big Matthew Golden guy. I think Matthew Golden I would have wanted him on the Cowboys. I think he's a wide receiver too. I hate how the Packers are all wide receiver twos. They just don't have a big dog. Jaden Reed's cool, but he's not a big dog. We're talking about Nico Amon-Ra. He's not one of those guys. I think they should have went a little riskier, or they should have drafted a different position. I know that was the first wide receiver the Packers took in the first round, I think, ever. So good on them. But I don't think Matthew Golden was the right guy. I would have waited a year. I would have went somewhere else, I think. I think Matthew Golden doesn't change how I look at this wide receiver room, Chase and Nico will be a good start to my draft. I agree. I don't think you could leave a draft with Nico and Chase and be mad. Whatever happens. But yeah. Biggest breakout quarterback. Now this one was this morning. Biggest breakout quarterback. These were the options: Bryce Young, Drake May, Caleb Williams, Justin Fields, Trevor Lawrence, Michael Penix. I went with Trevor Lawrence. I think Trevor Lawrence is just going to be the best quarterback out of that group. Now there's other options. I think Bryce Young might have a bigger leap, or Caleb Williams might have a bigger leap, or Justin Fields might have a bigger leap. But I think Trevor Lawrence will be the number one guy out of those guys next season. I personally think we should start Dobbs and second Watson. Bro, it's so sad because Christian Watson is a guy I root for all the time, and he just disappoints. I don't know what just happened to my voice. Caleb with Ben Johnson, that's valid. Absolutely valid. I just think the Jaguars are going to be back next year, man. I think they have a decent wide receiver room. The only thing that's really missing for me is that run game. That run game is nasty. They have a good front seven. Their secondary is all right. But that running back room is like maybe the worst running back room I've ever seen as a football fan. Caleb Williams. I'm not mad at it. I think Caleb Williams is the easy answer. Watson is only reliable for down the field, TBH. Yeah, for real. When Watson has those games, like wasn't it Thanksgiving last year or 2 years ago? He had like 3 catches for like 100-some yards. Christian Watson. What am I looking at? Game log. That's what I want. The Christian Watson game log. He had a game, I want to say last year, where he caught like 3 balls for like something stupid. Yards. 11-17. Is that Thanksgiving? He had 4 catches for 150 yards. Like, come on, bro. 4 for 4, 150 yards, no touchdowns. I think I had him in FanDuel or something like that. Watson had 3 touchdowns against the Eagles, I think. He actually only had 2 touchdowns this year, maybe 2 years ago. All right, let's check that. The big Watson games are always just huge. He had 2 against KC. 7 receptions, 71 yards. He had 94 and a tutty. Let's go to 22. His rookie year. Maybe his rookie year because everyone was high on him, bro. Yeah, against Dallas. Against Dallas, he had 3 touchdowns. 4 catches, 3 touchdowns, 107 yards. An overtime win. Against the Eagles, I'm not seeing. He had 4 catches, 110 yards, and a touchdown against the Eagles. I mean, bro, I'm not gonna do the Christian Watson thing again. Like, there's things in sports you don't bet on Christian Watson. You don't bet on the Clippers. You don't bet on the Cowboys. There's just things you gotta like stay away from. Christian Watson's one of them. Christian Watson's definitely one of them. He's gonna be a guy that's always a year away from breaking out. Never does it. So what's his best game ever? Oh, I need to see the playoff log too. I thought he was gonna be the guy too. I really did. He's not a good playoff receiver, but I think he was hurt both playoff games he's played. I've always wanted him to be good, bro. He's a Madden guy. And Madden, bro, Christian Watson, you start a Packers franchise, bro, you could fuck around and win MVP with him. But in football, I'm not loving him. If y'all want to keep the questions coming in the chat, I'm down to keep on streaming. But I ran through my YKB questions. That was the plan for the stream today. So whatever y'all want. North Dakota State legend, by the way. Christian Watson. North Dakota State GOAT, by the way. And then just another reminder, we do have our Discord server linked in this YouTube description down here. Easiest way to talk ball. I smack everybody in the chat in Madden, so Jay Flash can attest to that. It's really is light work. But if that's going to be it today, I just want to say thank you guys again for hopping into a Run the Day stream. In our Discord, I'm also going to be dropping thank you, Gray. I appreciate you being active in here, man. It always makes the stream funner when I'm talking to chat. In the Discord, I'll be dropping our schedule for the rest of the week or for next week. We do have some good shows. We're going to be recapping UFC this weekend. We got a Dodgers episode on Tuesday. Let me see if I can do this off the top. Wednesday, I'll be giving my top 10 teams in the NFL. Thursday, I'll be giving my top 10 worst teams in the NFL. Sure, buddy. And then on Friday, I'm thinking about just running YKB again. Running that app again. I feel like there's a lot of talking points. So you guys let me know if you guys want to see any of that. YKB or Sporkle? Ooh. You guys let me know. Comment down below. I appreciate you guys once again. I'm out. Bring the boom. We out. Boom, 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 boom.